This week with Precious Caleb. Today we are looking at detrimental family. Detrimental family. Here we are focusing on relationships, homes, and marriages. And whether it's relationship, whether it's home, whether it's marriage, the hallmark is family life. So this week, for your family, for my family, we want to consider the detrimental family. Now, we tried to look up the word detrimental, and we saw that detrimental has to do with causing harm or damage. Causing harm or damage. That means detrimental family is that family that tends towards causing harm or damage, either inwardly or outwardly. So here we are looking at causing harm to members of the family, creating troubles for family members, working out damages for members of the family. And our desire is that this week, every member of our family will steer away from troubles, will steer clear from anything that will bring about harm, danger, or troubles. Now, somebody will ask, how do I cause harm or danger to my family or my family members? I'll give you two we are saying. Some time ago, I read a story about a girl that with her family, she was a teenager with her friend, was introduced to one medical doctor somewhere, acclaimed medical doctor somewhere in a hospital where their organs were harvested. They were taken to that place by somebody very close to them, somebody they trusted, somebody that was even very close to their father. Yes, somebody that the family had respect for. Somebody that the family could feel safe if the girls were left with. So this particular person took them to a place where their organs were harvested for a token. And from that token, they were paid. They still gave the person that took them there some amount in appreciation. These happened to be teenagers, and as it were, maybe they didn't know the implications of what they went to do. Yes, they didn't know. It was months after that they started having serious health challenges that their father decided to pause and interrogate them. In the course of the interrogation, it was discovered that they went to a place where their organs were harvested. The person that took them to that place was a close member of the family, somebody that was working for the father also, somebody that, as it were, was a trusted person to all of them. And in the course of the harvesting of the organs, some other organs were tampered with. That it got to a point that they couldn't even make use, they couldn't even, take off waste and so many other things. Now, my question is this: what was the father, what was the mother of those children doing that they didn't even know when something like that happened to their children? What were they doing? Now, we also gathered that the person that took them to that place happened to be somebody very close to the family. And the person convinced them to go for that because, according to them, their father was not giving them enough money. So they needed enough money to take care of their needs. But getting to know the amount they were offered, one would be wondering, what exactly would they use such a meager amount to do? And from that little amount they were given, they still removed some to give to that person that took them to that place. Now, I want to ask, how busy was the man? How busy was the woman? Are you getting what I'm saying now? Good. And the person in question was a well-known person, according to the story, that was having so many programs, busy occasions, a celebrated person that was always taking care of other people and their needs, taking care of their needs. But he became so busy, or he didn't look inwardly to know that the children had needs, or they wanted to express their needs, but he was too busy to attend to their needs. Or that in attending to their needs, he wasn't really meeting their needs. I just don't know. And maybe their mother too was everywhere at the same time, trying to be relevant, maybe in groups, in organizations, in activities, in places where, she was known as a wonderful person. Now, I think to an extent, the parents, the mother, the father to those children caused harm, damage to them. Because as teenagers, knowing that they were at the formative age, I think the parents should have been giving them closer attention, giving them listening ears, having time to ask them questions and answer their own questions. And I also gather that it could be that the the person that led those children to that place was taken too close to the family. I know there are some people from outside, that act as if they are in your best interest, not knowing that, that truly, as scripture said, that the heart of man is desperately wicked, deceitful. So that she was hanging around to know, the right time to strike. Now, those children, their conditions are terribly, in fact, just so bad now that their survival depends solely on God's intervention. Now, the man, I heard, is asking for some, reasonable millions as compensation. Compensation for what? Compensation for your error, compensation for your negligence, compensation for what you did not do. Is it now that damages have been done that you're asking for compensation? My own is, if the man is giving what he's asking for, what will he use that money to do? Will he use it to mold his daughters back? Will he use the money to bring back the harvested organs from the daughters? Now look at this. There are some families that are creating damages, that are causing harms to their family members. This can be from husband to wife, or from wife to husband. This can be from parents to children, can be from children to parents. Okay? Some time ago too, I learned that there was a particular person, well-known person, all over, doing great work, not knowing that the wife was dying slowly of cancer. He was busy, he was a known person, people were celebrating him all over. One of the days when he now came back, the wife now served him a letter, say, please sign this, I just want to leave. That he now forwarded the letter to a friend. The friend said, make out time to talk with her. Said, no, she will not give me time. Okay, arrange, let me come and talk with her. In the process of talking with her, they discovered that the woman had been on drugs every day for years, because the man was hardly available. And the complications that came from those drugs she was taking in order to deal with depression, loneliness, and all the stuff, triggered cancer, as they discovered. And the man in question did not even know. It was when the counselor came and was talking with the woman that the woman opened up and forwarded her medical documents to him. That was the time the husband broke down and said, for what? He went to God in prayer, and God said, you should have looked inwards. You have caused damage to your own family. Okay, we also know cases where I also know of a case where a man was having a heart issue, and when he was having an emergency case, the woman was not available. The woman was busy where she was handling women and so many activities. And eventually the man died. By the time the man died and the woman got to know, she now discovered that all this while the husband was calling. The husband just needed her to contact the doctor, and because she was closer to the doctor, to contact the doctor and tell him his condition so that immediate response will be given. But she kept her phone and was busy, jumping around, having fun with other women in their activities and their meetings. I think that woman has caused damage, harm to that family. And those children they produce will, tomorrow always remember that their mother's business or, activities outside, made their father to die avoidable deaths. Are you getting my point now? Yes, some daughters to some children too do not know that their parents need them. Their parents need them from time to time to assist them. There are some children that don't know that their parents have been investing, their parents have been investing in them so that the time will come at their old age or at a certain age when they can no longer move about with so much energy to get this and that, they will be of assistance to them. But there are some children that don't even give a damn. They don't care. They rather cause troubles outside that will make their parents to be in pains, in shame, in shock, in disarray all the time. There are some children that what they do in school always brings shame to their parents. You know, we said it before and we say it all the time that every family has culture. Culture simply means people's way of life. Every family has a culture. The way my family lives is not the way may not be the way your family lives. Every family has a way of life, has a pattern. So, and if a child knows that this is what we don't do in our family, this is what our family, does not like, it will be wrong for that child, to start doing such a thing and be creating troubles for the parents. Such will be bringing pain and shame to the parents. I hope I'm blessing somebody this evening. All right, so we said in summary that we are talking about a family that tends to cause harm. The family members should be conscious of the fact that whatever they do can affect their family members either positively or negatively. And anyone that affects the family member negatively is detrimental. Okay? Now, so how do they do these things? Number one, when you as a family member, you don't give your family members time. You don't give them time. You don't sit and ask them questions. You don't stay and, all your gathering in this world, eventually you discover that it is you, your wife, your husband, your mother, your father, your children, that all these gatherings are for. Forget about outsiders. A time will come you realize that outsiders are outsiders, but your family members are the ones that are so immediate to you. So make out time this week to spend time with your family members. Talk with them, ask them questions, listen to them, let them say that thing they have in mind that they have been struggling to say out. Because at every point in time, there is something your family member wants to say. And if you're not available, and that thing must be said, your family member will say it to the wrong person. Most times to the wrong person. Imagine those small girls. Maybe they had needs or, and they couldn't spend time. Their parents were not available for them to tell them their needs, or maybe their parents knew they had such needs but they were too busy to attend to their needs, and somebody very close to the family quickly offered them another solution to that, and which had kept them at the verge of death right now, except God steps in. So please, this week, try and start giving your family members time. I hope what I said entered. No matter how busy you are, some of you may not know how busy I am, but I try from time to time to make sure that my family members have a good chunk of my time. It's only 24 hours in a day. So if I give my family members, greater percentage of my time, it is not bad. If it's church activities that will be taking your time from your family, sometimes cut down some activities, because the first church you have is your family. Oh yes, that is it. Yeah, that is the minutest unit where you're going to raise godly children. If you're busy with church activities and you cannot raise godly children, just know that you're raising religious criminals tomorrow. They know about God, but they don't know God. They know about church activities, but they don't know the God of the church. And when they grow, they will use head knowledge of what they have learned in church and in the church activities you've been attending and all the stuff, and they will be causing trouble. And if you don't give them time because of church activities, they may grow up hating the God you go to serve in the church. So no matter what, make out time for your family members. If it's your business, excuse me, any amount you're making from your business, you'll be surprised to know that it's all about your family. Your family is the driving force. You understand now? In your hierarchy of needs, the particular thing that drives you to all those things, maybe you may not admit it, is the need for your family, to give them food, to give them clothes, to give them shelter, no matter how little you're getting from your business. So we are saying that you should make out time this week to stay with your family members. Don't forget, we are now in a month when there are so many activities, so many people are hurrying to meet up with their targets for the year. Those that felt that they have not actualized what they proposed to actualize this year, now they are running helter skelter. They want to get this and get that. And if you don't spend time with your family members, maybe with time you find out that your family members have become victims of the drive to get this or that before the year is over. Or maybe that even your family members have joined in the team of those that are struggling to get it before the end of the year at all costs. I hope I'm making sense here. All right. The next is that you can cause harm, you can bring damage to your family members if you don't consider their needs. Now, you have children, you have parents, you have spouse. So there may be one or two things that your family member needs. Okay? You should consider the needs of your family members. You may not provide all, but let your family members know that their needs are issues of importance to you. Find out what your wife needs. What you think your wife needs may not be what she needs. Maybe your wife needs from time to time hug her. Maybe your wife needs from time to time buy small thing for her. Maybe your wife needs from time to time just open your mouth and tell her how wonderful she is. Maybe your wife just wants you to tell her from time to time that you're happy, that you're happy that you are, marrying her. Are you getting me now? Sometimes too, your husband, all he needs is for you to applaud his little efforts, your his detail, little contributions, his detailed efforts to the upkeep of the family. So just try and consider the needs of your husband. Whatever it is that you see that is a need, not necessarily want. Yes, you can take care of want, but when it comes to need, those ones are the ones that God even said, promise that He's going to supply. So if God is interested in our needs, how much more you should be interested in the needs of your family members. If you cannot supply them all, let them know that you know that they have needs, and maybe open up, tell them, okay, you mean this, okay, I may not be able to have this, but let me tell you how you can go about it. So this week you must start considering the needs of your family members, because if you don't consider their needs, outsiders may have the opportunity of considering their needs, and considering their needs may not be to the interest of your family. I hope you got that now. You look at the case of those two, teenagers, when their parents could not consider their needs, an outsider very close to the family consider their needs in quotes and led them astray. Now we are still praying that those girls will not die. So please, just calm down in all your busyness, in all your getting involved in so many things. Please learn to pause and consider the needs of your family members. It is not always what you want them to have that they need. Find out exactly what they need. Even if you cannot afford their needs, let them know that you are aware of their needs, and keep giving them hope, encouraging them. Even if you cannot afford it, I keep saying it, let them know that you are aware that those are their needs. Some of them need to enter university, but as it is, you cannot afford it. Let them know that you consider their needs. You're working towards that, but let them know that you know and that you're considering it. I hope I made sense now. All right. Then the next thing is, please, you cause harm to your family members when you don't bother about the company they keep. Excuse me. You should know the company your wife keeps. Not that you should interfere. Not that you should start embarrassing her. Eh? Not that you should start monitoring her movement, but you should know the company your wife keeps. You should know the type of people that spends time with her, or the type of people she spends time with. Those that always keep her company both online and offline. Those that keep her company as per her place of work, in her business, even in the church, in some religious places. So you should know the company of your family members. Know those that your daughter or your son spends time with. Find out the company of your husband. Is it for you to start monitoring? No, you're bigger than that. You don't need to monitor, but be conscious of that. Know that when your husband leaves the house, he has people he talks with, maybe on the road, maybe in his place of work, maybe in his business place, maybe in a religious place, anywhere. There are people that from time to time he can go to spend time to gist, or those that just find out the type of company your family member keeps. Must you stop them? No. Just know, so that if the company is not helpful, you will know what to do. It's either peacefully, in a loving way, let your spouse know, man. You see this one, you may not know about this person, but let me tell you one or two things I know about this person. That company is not good for you. Even if it's not good for you, it is not good for this our family. I'm not forcing you to cut, but for the love of the family, please, this one is not helpful. Please cut it. Yes. Find out those that spend time with your daughter or your son. Try and find out. Your daughter is in school, your son is in school, your son is working, your daughter is working, or they're at home, they stay at home. Find out the company they keep and see how you can influence the company they keep for good. If not for anything, for the sake of your family. Because family is powerful. Family has value. And the value the family has can always, overshadow individual value. I hope you got that a little. We'll proceed. Now, please, if you don't want to cause troubles or damage or harm to your family this week, please try and start taking your family members as your priority. Yes, as your priority. It's painful. Some time ago, one beautiful, wonderful woman just died like that. It was after her death that the husband started writing, "Oh, I am now closer to you in death than in life. I wish I was spending more time with you when you were alive." Imagine that. Is it not? How does that help us now? So it means that she was not his top priority when she was alive. Now that she has died, he has realized that she was what his top priority. So women, men, make your family members your top priority. Forget about people outside. I keep saying it. Forget about them outside. A time will come you realize that family is stronger than friendship. You can create your friends in your family. You can have your closest friend from your own family. Yes. Is it wrong to have friends outside? No. But if your friendship is affecting your family members, you need to consider it again. Because a time will come in life, friends will shift, family will be stable. I hope I made sense here. All right, so try as much as possible to put your family members at your top priority. Don't forget, today we are looking at the Detrimental family, and this is your family this week with Precious Caleb. And we have tried to say 1, 2, 3, 4 things about what you should do this week so that your family will not be a detrimental family. We say that a detrimental family is that family where there is tendency to cause harm or damage. And we say that it is possible for father, for mother, for children, for parents, for husband, for wife also to create to cause harm or damage to family members. And we said it is not good. We are not encouraging that. So this week, you should be conscious of it starting from now, that you don't have to cause damage for your family members. So the fifth point here is you should always offer your family members counseling. Let your family members feel free to open up to you and tell you their issues, their confusions, the troubles they're having, expecting counseling from you. It is not when they tell you, "Oh, see what I'm going to say." No, 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 no. Go, okay, go and talk to that woman. The other compound. She will. Don't worry, she knows what to tell. No, no, no. You, because in the midst of giving your family member counseling, you'll be having your family. You'll be having your family at the back of your mind, that any counseling I'm giving these my family members will hit back on my family, either for good or for bad. So as a matter of fact, you should try and offer counseling to your family members. Allow your small children to come and ask you those questions. Some things they have been hearing in schools, put yourself in a situation that they can freely walk up to you and say, "Mommy, that boy was talking about one drug like that they used to sell along the road, and they say that it is break and quench." Ask them, "What do you mean?" And let them tell you what they heard. Then you offer them counseling and tell them, "No, it is motor, it is vehicle that used to do break and quench." You explain things to them. They ask you, "Okay, I've been hearing that the name of this thing is this." If you say, "No, this is not the name of this. Look at the name of this and look at what it means." So the point is this: be ever ready to offer your family members counseling, advise them, explain things to them, and help them to understand what they need to understand. All right. Then the sixth one is let your family members know that you tell them the truth. Because if you don't tell them the truth, eventually they will get to know the truth. There is no way you can comfortably, successfully hide truth from your family members. It is not possible. It depends on how long you seem to have succeeded in keeping the truth from your family, but somehow, your family members will get the truth. And when they get the truth, they will feel bad that you had the mind to hide the truth from them. And it's going to cause troubles in the family. Sometimes the trouble may not start immediately. It might take days, might take weeks, months, or years. But the truth is that eventually trouble will come out of it. So as much as you can, please be telling your family members the truth. If you have done something wrong, yes, in all your remorsefulness, let them know, "I do bad thing." How go see them now? Because if they see that you have a problem in that area, your families will plan on how to help you out. But if you keep lying, when they call your family members one day and say, that this also amount of money was missing, and it was when you passed that your family that it got missing, your family will not even know what to say. They can even say lie is not possible, not knowing that you are the one that stole it. And if they beat their hands on their chest and say, "Never, you cannot do such a thing," that because of the way you've been presenting. And those people, people are not the same. Those people now go to, where they go to find out things, and now say, "Come and see your father, come and see your mother, come and see your son, come and see your daughter. Oh, see, come and see it. Have you seen how he collected the money?" Imagine the devastation that could cause, in the minds of your family members that have trusted you, that you tell them the truth. So it can damage trust. And sometimes when trust is tampered with, it's always difficult to build it back in, you know, in a good way, maybe in an acceptable way. So please, as much as you can, don't keep telling lies to your family members. Always tell them the truth. I give you the seventh one. Please write this one down very well. Please make your family members to know that you are taking them as private treasures. Things that concern your family should be considered private things. Let people know that you value your family members, and anything that concerns your family, I beg, should be off public notice. You understand? You see somebody, you say, can you imagine? The other day, I saw your wife. Your wife was just the way she was locking the door. She was locking in a hurry, and say, yes, it's true. Don't worry. I know what to do. It's not you say, You mean so my wife was on? Let me call her now. Hey, where are you? Come here, come here. And in front of outsiders, you be shouting at your wife. They say you were locking the door in a hurry that you went and stole something. Oh yeah, confess now. What did you do? No, now. Whatever it is, even if the whole world gathers and says one or two things about your family, but tell them, okay, I've heard. Okay, I've heard. Just calm down. Calm down. I will talk with my family. And you don't do that publicly. When you go home, you sit and ask your family, I value you. I wouldn't want to embarrass you outside. Please, this thing they said that you did you do? You say, yes, I did. Thank God, you're telling me now. So why did you do it? We say, now let me tell you, look at what I did. I was so hungry. There was nothing anywhere. And I used to have problem of stealing. So when I saw the 200 naira, I picked it. Yes, I know they saw me, but that was what I could do. So I denied because I didn't know I had calmed down. We are going to refund the money. But please don't do it next time. Instead of you to call your family and say, come. They say you stole money. Come here, say the truth and shame the devil. If you don't, I'll disgrace you here. What will you gain? Eventually, outsiders will go. It will now be you and that your family member that you disgraced outside. And there are some pains that can easily go. The ones caused by family members, most times they don't go easily. People can forgive, but the wound or the scar might still be there. I know it's not good. So, as much as you can, let your family members know that your family matter is private matter. I hope I made this one clear. God bless you. Then, please, I want you to know that this week, as much as you can, please let your family members know that you are protecting them. Not that you are God over them, but that their affairs, their safety, their security, things that concern them, that you are passionately concerned to about those things, that you don't want outsider to deal with them. Let your daughter know that no matter what, that you want to protect her from abuse, from danger, that you want to protect her from wrong company, that you want to protect her interests. Let your wife know, let your husband know that your interest is for his or her good, that your own is to protect. Not that you are God, but you don't want any harm, especially from outside, to come to him or to her. Yes, a family that is detrimental is a family that exposes the family members to harm, to shame, to disgrace, to danger, and some other mishap. So this week, you decide that you're going to work on protecting your family members from danger. You need to lock the doors. When you need to lock the doors, you need to tidy the floor so that no member of the family will be slipped off and hit head on a hard, floor. That nobody will slip off in the bathroom and hit head on the bathtub. That you are concerned about their safety. You're concerned about their safety. That you don't want to, pour petrol when the gas is on. Yes, that you're concerned about their safety. That you want them to be protected. That when there is danger, that you are excited to let them know. You're committed to letting them know. And as it's possible with you or within your reach, you like to pull them off danger. Let them know that you don't want them to be, attacked outside. And most times when you're asking them about their movement, it's not because you're a monitoring spirit, that you're just concerned about their protection. That if there is any need, if you know where they are per time, if you hear that something is happening, you can easily call your friend or anybody there and say, please, my daughter, my husband, my wife, or my parents, they are at so place. Please, I heard something is happening. Would you mind keeping them for me? Yes. So your people know that if they tell you their movement, that you're concerned about their safety. And you too, try and let your people know your whereabouts, especially knowing that they want you to be protected. I give you this one more and we are done for today. Don't forget, we are here for your family this week with Precious Caleb. And today we are looking at detrimental family, a family that causes danger, that causes harm. Okay? Yes. And we say that if you notice that your family, with the family members, that there is this tendency to cause harm. Harm will not be caused by spirit, it will be caused by a physical human being in a family. I would like you to be that family member that will not bring shame, that will not bring harm, that will not bring disgrace or any form of damage to your family. Okay, so this week also, please, I want to ask this one. Yes, learn how to separate your family members' needs from wants. Okay, yes. The other day, last week, we talked about you not knowing your child. You say that one of the causes of that could be when you give your child anything your child wants. Mommy, I want this, you give. Daddy, I want this, you give. Daddy, I want this, you give. We are got to no. Sometimes you this week, in fact, not sometimes this week, decide that you'll be able to separate needs from wants. Okay, your child is in year one and your child is asking you for iPhone. Ask yourself, what exactly does your child need iPhone for? There are some other Android phones that can grant the child access to internet services when he needs to do online assignments or academic work. But for you to now go and buy iPhone, I don't even know, sometimes 300, 250 or something like that, and you're struggling, you know that your salary is barely enough to pay your child's school fees and other things. And because you say, no, my mates are using iPhone, you can, but that one is a want, or it's not a need. The need is the one that takes care of something. You understand now? Something that is of utmost necessity to that child. So this particular week, want you to start right from now to separate needs from wants. I hope I'm blessing somebody at home. Yes, there are things I know that are needs to my children. There are things that I know that they are wants. I'm not committed to their wants, I'm committed to their needs. The issue of wants, that are just my own addition to them. You understand now? If my children need clothes, I provide clothes. But if my children want this, I look at the wants. I say, of what need, of what necessity, of what use is this one? If I know that this one, like if my son now tells me that he needs the latest Jeep, it's not a need, it's a want. You understand now? If I will now ask, why do you want? You say, at least now, you know, I will feel good if I drive it. It doesn't make sense. But if my child tells me, I would like to have somebody that will be taking me to school, if you're too busy to take me to school early, maybe because of your engagements and other things, that one is a need. So I'll just arrange for somebody that will be taking him or her to school. That is a need. But if my son said, since you're always busy, you could get a car for me so that I'll be driving myself to school. At that age, it doesn't make sense. So no matter how your children pressurize, no matter how your wife or your husband mounts pressure on you on a particular thing, learn to draw line between needs and wants so that you will not bring damage, harm to your family members. If you give a child want instead of need, if the child cannot handle the want, you have created room for damage or harm in that family. Finally, this one is very important. Okay, I'll just say it the way you understand. Please, this week, sincerely speaking, don't believe the lies that your family members tell you that all is well. Yes, it's an expression. Sometimes it's an expression of faith. And most of the people that say it actually don't have faith. They're just repeating what so many others are saying. So when your wife tells you, I'm fine, all is well, easy. Don't always believe that. When your husband tells you, no, don't worry, I know what I'm doing, all is well, don't always believe. When your children tell you, no, I'm fine, all is well, please calm down and look closely. Look again and be sure that what they are saying is true, because most times 85% of that all is well is actually all is not well. So this week, I'd like you to make out time to find out whether what your family members are telling you that are well, in good shape, in order, are truly well. So you separate the expression and the truth in that expression. So we said that today in your family, this week with Precious Caleb, we have looked at detrimental family. I will say that detrimental family is a family that tends towards causing harm or damage. And we say that could be inwardly or outwardly. We can cause harm to our family members. Our family can cause harm to people outside. And we say that we are not agents of harm. We are not here to cause harm for our family members. Rather, we are here to make our families to be heaven on earth. So, don't forget, it is our desire that your relationship, your home, your marriage will work, and that your family will not be the harm causing or damage causing, family. No, you will be a good proverb in the mouth of your family members, and you will be a person of consolation to your family members. All right. God bless you. God bless you. Precious Caleb is my name, and I'm happy that I have this privilege of hosting you here every Sunday, 8:30 p.m. on Your Family This Week with Precious Caleb. And today, we have agreed that will not cause harm, will not cause danger, will not cause any damage to our family members or to our family. We will not disgrace our family out there, no matter the pressure. When we go to work, when we go to our place of business, when we go to school, we uphold the good name our family has. Or even if we came from family that does not have good name, we are going to turn things around, and we refuse to continue with that pattern of causing harm, damage in the name of our family. Rather, we'll be the ones that God is going to use, as we are so determined to rewrite the story, the profile of our family for good. We are not here to cause harm. We are here to bring peace. We are agents of peace, and God is on our side. God bless you. Once again, my name is Precious Caleb, and I would like to host you next Sunday, 8:30 p.m. here on Your Family This Week with Precious Caleb. God bless you. I love you. Your family will bring you joy. Your marriage will get sweeter and sweeter. Your relationship will make you proud, and Jesus will be glorified. God bless you. I'm your friend, Precious Caleb.